You're welcome to the part 2 of how to mix a reggae beat, and we'll be looking at how to mix the melodies with the drums we mixed in the part 1. I'll be putting the caption here. You can watch the part 1 if you don't watch the part 1. So let's get in. So that is our guitar chords. So we start from there. Add a little bit of reverb, just a little bit. Then that's that for the guitar melody. Next, we'll go to the next recurring sound. I think this is a layer, a keyboard layer. So when you have similar sounds playing the same thing, like now we have a guitar playing a progression and a keyboard playing a progression also. So what you do is you take one, you pan one to the left and one to the right so that they can have balance, and then you play with the levels a bit till it sounds till they complement each other. It does not have to overshadow anyone, they just need to complement each other. So that's what I did here with this. You can see I didn't pound them equally. I pound one further to the right and one just slightly about 48%, about 50% to the 48% to the right. So always watch out for when you have similar sounds. You pound one to the left, one to the right, so they can be spaced. They can sound complementary on the stereo field. Next, we have the guitar rhythm, the classic guitar rhythm. Now I pan the guitar slightly to the left. I pan the guitar slightly to the right because there's already a guitar progression on the left side of the channel. So it would be a bit conflicting if I pan another guitar that sounds similar again to the same to the left also. So we take it to the right a bit, just slightly, just to we're trying to make this all the instruments heard in the mix. No instrument should be hiding behind anyone, all should be heard properly. So we pan it slightly to the right. So let's not forget I always like to add my fancy distortion or saturation. So where is that? Distortion fast. Distortion just a little. We don't need too much. Right, I think that's fine. Next we add the next recurring sound. These flutes here that I soloed previously, I want it to move between the left and the right speaker. I don't feel it to be balanced being in just one part, so different softwares have different ways of doing it. So, some softwares you have to automate it, some you can use a plugin. Like FL Studio, you can use this plugin called Panomatic. So let's see. Crazy amount of beats. Click pan. Yeah, I think that's cool. So I'll add my EQ now. Then my distortion. Then a little bit of reverb. Alright, then we'll move on to the next sound. Come here. Span it halfway to the left. Then we'll move on to the next. I don't need to add reverb to that violin. It sounds wet enough already. It fits into the mix. All I need was just EQ and pan. So not every instrument need reverb, compression, and saturation, and it varies. I may even use a reverb for this exact sound in another mix. I may use compression for this sound in another mix, but I didn't use it in this mix. So I listen to what the song is saying, and I make sure I stick to what the song needs, not just being over the top with it. Okay, the next one is an organ, so I'll pan it slightly here. I'll pan it. Most times when you're mixing, especially when you spend a lot of time mixing, once the sound comes on, it kind of tells you where it wants to be in the mix. Like, it kind of speaks to you like, I want to go here, I want to be here, but sometimes, most times you have to be in control at the end of the day, but it kind of speaks to you where it wants to be. But before you get to that point, always try and space your mix a bit. Don't pan too hard, don't pan too weak, just pan moderately. You can move slightly and keep listening to it until it sounds good in the stereo field. So next, I'll bring in this sound that's here. Some more organ. Alright, I think that's all these sounds. Okay, now we have the bass left. So I add a little saturation to the bass line to make it pop on smaller speakers, just a little. When you're mixing bass, you may need to turn your volume up so you can hear it properly in your speaker. So it's not advisable to mix too low or too high also, but try to turn your volume up when you're mixing bass, 808, kicks and all of that. It will help you to help you hear the amount of information in the low end from your bass instrument or element. Let's see how it sounds here. that's how to mix instruments like melodies and chords for reggae beats. All right.